In this lesson, we're going to have a look at sketching graphs as modular functions, or also known as sketching graphs using the modulus function. So first of all, what is the modulus function? Now you might have seen when we were looking at sequences and series, these bars around a letter, and that means the modulus of x. And what that modulus function does, it calculates the distance of a number from the origin. So you've heard of the modulus or magnitude of a vector. Again, those bars are used. It's the distance of that vector, of that point from the origin. So, for example, the distance of 7 from 0 is 7. The distance of -7 from 0 is still 7, given that distance is always a positive number. So basically what the modulus function does, it takes negative numbers and makes them positive. It takes positive numbers and just leaves them the same. Simple as that. So another example, let's say the modulus of -3. So have a think. And that is 3. So to summarise, it takes negative numbers and makes them positive. Right, so let's apply this now to drawing graphs. And we're going to focus on this type of question here, like drawing graphs of functions that form y equals the modulus of f of x. So this first question here says, sketch the graphs of each of the following functions. So the first one is y equals mod of x plus 1. Now the first thing I'm going to do is forget the modulus sign is there and draw y equals x plus 1. So there's the axis. And there's the sketch of y equals x plus 1 without the modulus sign, which we know has y-intercept 1 and roots. So we've got x plus 1 equals 0, which means that x equals -1 is the root. So remember, the modulus takes a value and makes it positive, whether or not it was positive originally. So in this case, what's going to happen is whenever the graph is about to go negative with respect to the y value, i.e. here, it starts to become negative now. Instead, we're going to change it to the corresponding positive value. So this value here actually becomes this one here. This one here becomes the positive version, and so on. So the new graph is going to be identical to what it was when it was positive and reflected upwards on the parts that it was negative. So we discard the negative part of the graph after having reflected it. So that there now is the graph of y equals the modulus of x plus 1, and that's the general method. Draw the graph without the modulus sign, then reflect the negative part upwards. So let's try another one. Let's try y equals the modulus of x cubed. So what we're going to do is draw the y equals x cubed graph, which you should know from first year, which will look something like that, the only intercept being at the origin. And what we're going to do, we're going to take this negative part and reflect it upwards. So this negative part here, we're going to reflect upwards. So it's going to look something like this. And normally when graphs are reflected upwards, it leaves a pointed edge, normally, like it did here. But this one, because the graph was smooth at the origin, and let's smooth off that edge there, because the graph was smooth at the origin, because it's got a stationary point there and it hits it level, then it's going to be a smooth looking reflection as well, unlike here, which was a pointy looking reflection. So a bit of a tip there, if there's a stationary point at the origin, it will be a smooth reflection. So that's the graph of y equals modulus of x cubed. Finally, y equals the modulus of cos x. And let's give that a domain, actually, let's say between 0 and 360 degrees. And there's the graph of y equals cos x. So you might want to pause the video now and have a go at doing the modulus of that graph yourself, i.e. reflecting all the negative parts upward. I will do it in just a moment. So for the positive parts, the modulus graph is just the same, and there isn't a stationary point where it hits the axis. Therefore, it's going to be a harsh reflection. It's going to leave a pointy edge like that. And there is the graph of y equals the modulus of cos x between 0 and 360. So there's a few of those on the worksheet, but before we do that, before you set off on the worksheet, there's another type of modulus graph that we're going to look at. And it's this type here, graphs of the form y equals f modulus of x. So it says here, sketch the graphs of each of the following functions. Y equals sine of mod x for minus 180 to 180. So let's do that. Let's draw the graph, but without the modulus sign first of all. And there's the graph of y equals sine x there, between minus 180 and 180. So basically now, we want the modulus to happen inside. So this will lead to negative values never ever being subbed in. We will never sub negative values of x in because they will always be made positive before we sign it. So we might as well discard the negative part of the graph. We will never sub negative values in. When we try, it's made positive. So say we try to sub minus 90 in. So try and sub minus 90 in. We get sine of mod of minus 90. Well, the modulus of minus 90 is the sine of 90, which is 1. So this, trying to sub minus 90 in, we get 1. Try to sub minus 180 in. Well, let's see. Sine of minus 180 equals, well, that's made positive before we sign it, which is 0. Like that. So actually what's going to happen, whenever we try to sub a negative value, and we're just going to get the positive version of that subbed in. So this value here is going to correspond to this value here, this one here to this one here. In fact, what's happened, we've just discarded all of this side of the graph, anything to the left of the axis, then reflected the remaining graph through the y-axis. So this blue graph has been reflected onto that red graph. So overall, the final graph looks like this. So that is the graph of y equals sine of modulus of x. So the two steps we perform, just get rid of the graph to the left, then reflect the remaining graph on the right hand side through the y-axis. So let's apply this idea to this next one here. So y equals e to the mod x. So the first thing we're going to draw is y equals e to the x, i.e. that function without the modulus sign. There it is there, the graph of y equals e to the x. And remember the rule, discard the part of the graph to the left of the y-axis, done. And then just reflect the remaining graph through the y-axis like that. So that there is the graph of y equals e to the modulus of x. Final one, part C. Y equals log modulus of x. So you might want to pause this and do it yourself. So follow the steps that we've just shown you. So there's the graph of y equals log x, and we discard anything to the left hand side of the y-axis. Well, there's nothing there anyway, so nothing to discard. And the remaining graph we reflect through the y-axis like this. So we end up with the same graph reflected. So that crosses at -1, and there's our other part of the graph there. Get rid of the blue bit. So the red graph, the one that remains, is what we're after, and that's y equals log modulus of x. And that's how to draw modulus graphs. So there's a worksheet full of these examples with handwritten solutions. Have a go at them.